At this time, Dr. Price.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Madam Secretary, back to the committee. I think you sense a growing lack of trust that we reflect from our constituents. Americans have a growing lack of trust in their own federal government. I think there's no doubt about that, and I would suggest that Obamacare is really the poster child for one of the reasons that exists, or that's increasing. And it's because word isn't matching deed. Promises have been made and absolutely broken. And as a former practicing physician, it's distressing because we're not talking about just some nebulous program. Now we're talking about real people's lives. And in so many ways, some of the stories that you've heard here, real people are getting harmed. In spite of that, you have the Senate Majority Leader, Harry Reid, taking to the floor of the Senate and saying any story that decries a problem with Obamacare, all of them are lies. Do you agree that all of these stories that have been read are lies?
Congressman, I did not hear what Senator Reid said, and of course there are lots of anecdotes of lots of people and lots of success stories.
If you were to have heard the Senate Majority Leader say all the stories about ACA
I really
lies.
don't want to comment on his comments. I didn't hear them.
Again, and that's the kind of trust that's lacking, because it begs.
I just said clearly there are lots of people and lots of real stories. I don't assume that people are lying.
Let me go to some specific questions. You mentioned in your opening remarks 4.2 million people have signed up on the exchange, and I want to get to some of the concerns that others have. How many of those that have signed up, that have enrolled in Obamacare, have paid their premium?
I can't tell you that, sir, because I don't know that.
How can it be that HHS, in charge of this program, cites a number, 4.2 million people signed up, but has no idea how many people have paid?
Because the consumers don't pay us. They pay their insurance company. We can tell you who has enrolled. We get information now in aggregate form of the customers who qualify for a tax credit. Not all their customers do.
How many of those, of the 4.2, were previously insured?
I do not know that, sir.
Isn't it true that many members of Congress are in that 4.2 million? We had insurance before. We were forced off.
I assume if you have signed up on the exchange, you are in that number. Yes, sir.
McKinsey did a recent survey that said 27% of those joining the exchanges were previously uninsured, and that's a low number compared to what you all projected. Is that consistent with your information?
Again, we don't collect the previously insured. I think these questions we'd be happy to give them to you as soon as we have accurate information. In the meantime, insurers have this information about their customers because that's who's being paid and that's who's enrolling.
It begs credulity, Madam Secretary, that you don't know the answers to these.
These are private insurance plans, and customers
you all are charged with running the
product
program.
from a private insurance plan. We qualify them. We get their tax information to make sure they qualify, and then send them to their company.
The American
and they
people
enroll
trust
with
that
the
you
company.
know what you're doing, and you're not filling the bill.
It's just when you try to use it that it doesn't work.
Sounds like last fall, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Just when you try to use it that it doesn't work.